Hey everybody, good evening. Let's see how long the voice holds out here. Um, excuse me. The weather, with two megaphones, two different megaphones, and both of them they get wet and then they don't work. And usually when I'm yelling, there's spit coming out, droplets. There's all kinds of super spreader droplets that are coming out. But so both megaphones were shot today. There was another gentleman there. He lent me his. It was great. I got there early today. Just wanted to kind of cover this. Oh, and I wanted to say this first too. Hey Debbie, hey Jason, what's up, brother? Mickey, hey, what's going on, hon? So, they're talking about. I don't even know who the doctor was that they had on WBEN. Like, no idea who the doctor is that they had there. But they're talking about how it's the conservative, the how do you put it? I can't remember. The self-centered, conservative pack. Hey, Scott, thank you so much for being there. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Dina, what's up? Hey, Bridget, what's up, hon? John, what's going on? But it's the conservative he's saying that it's the conservative pack that are the people that are the reason for all this spread. How is that even possible? Like, let's think logically about this for a second. We're not getting sick. Do you know why we're not getting sick? Because we did what all epidemiologists and viral scientists and immunologists in science hundreds of years have said to do. We lived our lives. What the WHO says, no lockdowns now, back in October 2020, no lockdowns, and we've lived our lives. We've got immune systems. We all have immune systems. Just like we all had before March of 2020, those immune systems are still working, right? We're all still fully functioning immune systems. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Lori. Hey, Tracy. So the conservative pack that's out there being the super spreaders with all of this, we've been out there. So we've developed the antibodies, if we even got it, because most of us aren't ever going to get it. So we didn't live in fear. And he's talking about how all these hospital rooms are filled up, and he's talking about and all of St. Joe's is filling up, and it's just a tragedy. Show us. There's no video of it anywhere, because the people that we know, yes, people are sick and they're coming in, but they're asymptomatic and they're being treated immediately, and then they're sent out the door. They're not dying. The reason they're not dying is because they have over a year of experience with it. And if you do die from it, that is medical malpractice, medical and criminal negligence if you die from it. Hey, what's up, Jermaine? Great to see you, brother. Verne, you're back on, man. I got to see our racist, white supremacist Erie County executive today. It was awesome. I didn't see him. He left the house. He boogied out beforehand. But I did leave your card on his front porch for me, so he'll be calling you. So, it just defies logic. And these people, like, how can you? It really should be made a crime that if you are in the position of authority, be it a political position, government agency, medical, anything like that. Hey, Julianne. Hey, Janelle, what's up, hon? Haven't seen you in a while. Dal, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Hey, Tom. You should be charged with a crime, because what you're doing is directly contributing to shutdowns and lockdowns that are debilitating, that according to the WHO and the UN are doubling poverty and doubling child malnutrition. They have said very specifically, do not take kids out of schools, do not have lockdowns. But they don't want to pay attention to that because they love them the attention. Right now, they love them that attention. They don't want to acknowledge Florida. They don't want to acknowledge all the other states that are not shut down at all, Texas, right? They don't want to acknowledge the countries that aren't shut down and haven't been for months and months and months. They don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to acknowledge that conservatives don't mix mostly with the type of people that are getting the virus at this point. And the people that are getting the virus at this point are the people that stayed locked up in their homes. Just like at the beginning of it. Remember that? When they were all saying, oh shit, the people that were quarantining to their homes, they're the ones that are getting it at a disproportionate level. What was it, like 6-1? I don't know. You didn't learn from that first time, Erie County in New York State? I mean, do people just, you're all so coked up and you're all so high and so drunk and so depraved that you're out there worrying about having sex with everybody else that you don't even remember what happened the first time around? When you cooped people up in their homes, which is what you've been doing, fear, 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 fear. You did that the last time, 6-1. Disproportionately, they had it. What's up, Marcella? Great to see you, sweetheart. Hey, Paul. And it's just one lie after another, after another. So, I am laughing my ass off today. Excuse me. I don't have the COVID. I get a little bit of the cold-induced asthma. I've been getting it forever. I just be careful when I take garlic oil and colloidal silver. Wow, prevention. Blow my mind. You mean that I can help prevent it from going into full-blown bronchitis? I don't need a vaccine for that. I don't need to be put on a ventilator. I don't have to be put on a ventilator for that. Oh, God. He cut his finger. Put him on a ventilator. Get him into the ER. Cut it off. Cut the whole arm off. He cut his finger. So I'm laughing my ass off. Hey, Dan, because Nick Orticelli is just awesome. The shit that comes. He goes, go have compassion in the park. Go have compassion in the parking lot. You're not welcome here. I mean, if you guys have watched the video, I love listening to Dwayne, and Dwayne is awesome, right? Dwayne is just awesome, but Nick is literally like a rabid Wolverine in heat. Like, hey, Sharon, hey, Ann, he is like a rabid, he is like the crazy uncle, rabid, lunatic Wolverine in heat. I don't think the uncle of Wolverine could be in heat. We'll call him the crazy aunt, lunatic Wolverine. That's on crack and in heat. Nick is like tenacious, man. It is just, he does not stop. I don't know where the shit comes from. Hey, Garrett, hey, Amber, hey, Amanda, hey, Rich. But I got to tell you what, I am really... You know when you've got somebody, so for years, Frank, oh God, Frank, I wanted to tell you, you did a beautiful job, Frank. Frank Coleman, today with what you said, it just, everybody got choked up. So thank you for everything you did today, Frank, and your truck was beautiful. All the Rolling Patriots were awesome today. But for the longest time when I played football, and even still, people will still say, they go, I hate you. I absolutely hate you. I hate playing against you. I can stand you. But you're on my team, and I love the fact that you're on my team. And that's what it is with Nick. Like, you are just so... well, anybody, any one of these Warriors and Patriots that we have, I mean, all the names right here. Rich, what's up, brother? How you doing? So... I know, Rich. Great point. So Nick is one of these guys that you're just really, really, really happy that he is on your team. Like, really happy, because he's just like, why is your hair bald? Why are you bald? Why are you wearing that shirt? What's up with that shirt? Why did you... It just comes into his head. And it's got to be from working construction. And I don't know how many brothers and sisters that he has, but thank you, Frank. It was a great team effort. It really was. You were amazing, and it was great. So, Janet, hey, what's going on? Russ, what's up, brother? But you love having Nick on your team. Just like you love having Jen Zora on your team. Like, yeah. Even the police officers, they're going, damn. Then they go up to her and they go, damn, that's impressive. They're like, how do you do that? She's like, I don't know. And Jen, she's got her side. She's all bubbly. And Paul and her are one of the most beautiful couples you could possibly imagine. Like, they're just absolutely incredible, right? And Jen, I can't even do that, but she'll just do it over and over and over again. Like, you look at Paul and you look at Jen and you're like, just look at them and that sense of security that you get. And you're like, I'm so glad that they're on my team, And Frank, the same thing. Like, you look at Frank and you look at his signs and you're like, and Scott Nowachin and all the Rolling Patriots and everybody that was there. And you're just like, I'm really glad that those guys are on, that I'm on their team. I'm really glad that we're on the same team because, man, these guys are fire. And it was just awesome. So, but Nick's got a picture. I don't know, I just posted it. Nick's got a picture. He's always got this expression on his face. Like, it's just like, how can you be so stupid? Like, he just looks at you, he's got this look, and he's just, you got the army, you know what I mean? It's like that Foo Fighters, song that's, God, I can't think which one. You got everybody in front of you. I can hear the song, but I can't think of the name. And he's just like, he's got this look like, he's like, I'm gonna mentally eviscerate and erase you. Bobby, what's up, brother? Great to see you. April, Kelly, what's going on? He's like, before you even open your mouth, I have you completely and utterly mentally destroyed 18 different ways since freaking last week. He's like, and then you're not even going to get a chance to open up your mouth. Like, I wish I would have played football with Nick, because down in the city, you got to be able to carry your weight. I got to tell you what, you're playing football in Western New York Flag Football League, and you play football down at JFK, and you better bring it. Like, you better. And it's everybody. It's the white guys, it's the Hispanic guys, it is the black guys. I mean, some of the shit that you hear that comes out of people's mouths, you're like, man, that's kind of good. But you're all like, and you come back with your own thing. But you can't even get mad because it's just hilarious. And that's just like with Nick. You're like, how is that? It's crazy. So Alec Baldwin, oh my God, I got to go get the other phone. Give me a second. I gotta read this. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to take off. But, oh my God. So Alec Baldwin responds. Beetlejuice, he responds, right? And, oh God, well, it's not in this phone. It's in some other phone. But this is the picture. This is the picture of Nick. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. He's got the freaking mask on. He's got the mask on as a yarmulke. And he's just destroying. He's just destroying this guy. Like, shredding him. Oh, God, you gotta love it. So, but Alec Baldwin, oh, guys, I posted it. It's on both of these phones. Maybe I can find it on the Facebook page. I gotta look. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. I do apologize. This was so good. It was just so good. But it was so weak. Like, what Alec Baldwin, he said was just so weak. Like, I could see Nick being there, and he's like, what? He's like, and you're a national treasure? You've been on all these shows. He goes, the material I had over oatmeal. We know Nick doesn't eat oatmeal. There's no way. I don't think Nick has eaten a bowl of oatmeal probably since he was 8 years old, and his father or his grandma forced him to do it. But, I mean, he goes, oh, God, is it going to be? Oh, it is. I got it. Nick would totally be like, that's what you got? That's the best you can come up with? So Alec comes up with the mouthiest one. Yeah, we all got to start calling Nick the mouthy one, the mouthiest one. He goes, the douche in the dark t-shirt. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment, Alec. See, because over here in Buffalo, we're not thin-skinned. We are not. Like, this kind of stuff, I mean, conservatives and Republicans and moderate, and some, Democrats and liberals and libertarians and independents, we're thick-skinned. The leftists, on the other hand, like Mark Poloncarz, he has to have a sign. We're not Mark Poloncarz, trust me. We're not Cuomo here in Buffalo, New York, Alec. We got a little bit of a thick skin, and we grew up around probably in the most sarcastic circumstances. If we are 5 and 6 years old here in Buffalo, Alec, our aunt is going to start, our grandmothers are going to try to eviscerate us with words. Like, if we don't develop those skills at a very early age to defend ourselves, you're getting thrown to the sharks, man. You're going to be crippled up and cowarded. We've got some thick skin. And if you really think that this is going to hurt Nick, I wish Nick would have an audience with Alec. Just to destroy him. Sorry, I keep coughing. The mouthiest one, the douche in the dark t-shirt, is merely upset he won't get an appointment in the Trump administration. Really? That's the best you got, Alec. You took all this time to come up with that. Weak. But Alec, we love it, come on out, visit us. Our church, we've got different places that you can come on out. We would love to hang with you. You can kind of see people, salt of the earth, is that what they say? I don't know. People that are down to earth, right? That are real. You can hang with us. You can get a sense of what reality is all about. And maybe your material will get a little bit better. You could probably pick some things up, So we got, and then what else does he say? He goes, this guy should be checking IDs at a community college gym. I think that Alec being locked up like that, not being exposed to other people and having the opportunity to interact with anyone other than Zoom, where you got to talk and then kind of throws you off your game a little bit. Clearly, Alec is thrown off of his game, but we appreciate him. We appreciate the attention, Alec. All you're doing is furthering it along for all of us, which is great. What happened on Friday, and I keep saying it, guys. It's I know, Julie. Hey, Nance, what's up, bud? Nance, if you missed it, Nick. Oh my God, did you see the Alec Baldwin thing, Nancy? Just so weak. Could we just get him in a room with Alec? Just for 2 minutes. Alec would literally be shaking. Just sucking his thumb. Stop. Just please stop. Make it stop. Permanently and irreparably scarred. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to get Nick into these liberal strongholds with his mask yarmulke on and just completely mentally destroying these people. Oh, God, it'd be amazing. So that's the best that Alex got, right? We need to take Nick on tour. I've texted him. I'm like, guys, we have got to take Nick on tour. David, thank you so much. I appreciate you being there. Guys, Dave stepped up to the plate. What's up, Celine? How you doing? I got the contacts and they don't work so well. Hey, Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. I really appreciate it. And thank you for giving me your contact info. And we're going to start working together. There's just something, even Nancy, yesterday when we were together at our group leaders meeting. And, you've got everybody on camera who was watching. And you've got the biggest warriors, and the beautiful things are the beautiful thing are the warriors. Everybody's increasing now. It's just increasing. Everybody wants to be a part. And guys, if I don't get back to you right away, please be patient. I literally have it saved in my phone, all the divisions. I've got all your names, everything that's happening, so that you guys can come on board and contribute and help in every way. Very big meeting that we have tomorrow with a couple of the players. Mike Loomis and Robbie De Niro, that we're going to be working on a bunch of things. There's a bunch of resources that we've got, and we've got marketing and PR people that we're going to try to have meetings over there, coordinating everything, mapping everything out, so that we can ensure that, and Tim Walton is going to be a big part of that, and Ryan is also going to be a big part of that. We need to put this team together because we have to own and control the narrative, right? We see what I'm not scripted. Do you guys think I'm scripted? I'm about as scripted as Nick can be. But anyways, I'm going to go get on with that, but talking about Nancy. So we're in our group leaders meeting, and Nancy's just got this look on her face. She's like, I'm done. She goes, I don't know about you guys. And I don't know, now you got Nick, and I think Nick is kind of responsible for it a little bit. Because Nick is like, I'm done, but Nancy is like, I'm done. She's like, I'm done being the nice conservative. The time for that is done. It's over. We tried that angle, and it didn't work. And seeing Nancy say those kinds of things, you're like, and even outside, I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, in the meeting, I'm like, yeah, that's right. We got Nick and Nancy, and we've got all these other players that are going to be working really, really hard. Oh, sorry, guys. My phone was slipping. Sorry, get this corrected a little bit. There we go. So, but it's just great. It's so great to see this team. And he absolutely is, Rich. Hey, Carl. This team of warriors and freedom fighters is just incredible, and it's absolutely amazing. And the skill set that everybody brings in, it's going to get even better, guys. Like this team is growing. Robbie called me up today, and he asked me, he said, Pete, he goes, how do you get people to go to rallies and protests? He goes, it's a little bit tough. He goes, it's tough to get these people out. I go, yeah, it is, Robbie. I go, and I explained it to him. I go, this is why it is, and I'm not going to get into all the details of why. That'll be for another one. We want to keep this one fun, and I explained it to him, and I explained what we got to do and how we've got to do it, and how we can get more people out there, and how we can compel business owners who are scared and why they're scared to do what they need to do, and come on out. There's a lot of work going on, guys, and all of you, thank you so much to all the warriors and the patriots and freedom fighters that have been out there fighting every single day for months and months and years and years. Thank you for everything that you're doing and that you've done. To every single person that is messaging me, Pete, I want to do something. Give me something to do. Thank you so much. We're going to give you something to do. And guys, don't ever get mad at me if it takes a little bit of extra time, please. I have to text literally probably about 200 to 300 people per day, every day. And I try to get out to everybody the best that I can. And one of the things I'm going to try to do is network. I'm going to put people in groups, the groups that they need to be in. So then I can kind of oversee what's happened, direct what's going on, and then this way we're behind the scenes. So that, because one of the difficult things for the group leaders that are out there right now, like Dwayne Whitmer, and a Jim Ostrowski, and a Steve Filano, and a Nancy Orticelli, and all the different groups that they are in, the difficult thing is to kind of pour through and disseminate all the information that's coming in. They've got a lot to do. They have Bill, what's up, brother? They have a lot of things to do. And all these groups popping up make it a little bit more confusing, but the groups being there are absolutely essential. And what I'm calling it Liberty League. Liberty League is the group that we've got, that we're forming, of all of these patriots and these warriors and these freedom fighters, these men and women, these young men, these young women that are out there just ready to take it back, of all ethnicities, of all race, religion, creed. Everybody calling me up. What can I do? What can I do? This is what I can do. This is what I can do. I'm trying to be better. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying to be better at organizing the things in the best way that I can and delegating my time and putting priorities in place so that I can see what needs to happen and get out there. But this Liberty League that we're creating, what it's going to do is it's going to allow Constitutional Coalition to do what they do. And then we, behind the scenes, as the worker bees, doing everything that we need to. We'll get everything. We're doing this, we're coordinating, we're orchestrating, we're playing it like a symphony, like Nick plays my heart in a symphony every time I see him yell. When we go over to Poloncar's ex-wife's house over at the other address, which is 747, I won't dox him. But anyways, go over there. He couldn't help himself over there. And you know what? It was funny. He's engaged with somebody, and he's like, bah, blah, 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 rabid lunatic, crazy and on crack Wolverine came out, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. And then, Nick goes, of course, I get out of the car, and I go over, hey, what's up, bud? What's going on? And Nick calms down, because we have that effect on one another, we can do that. And, Nick drives around and he comes back up and, Nick's got that look on his face and he's like, goes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. He's got this face like I'm going to rip your head off. And I could because I'm that strong. I felt the dude's strong, man. Construction is paid off. But I'm sorry it hurt your feelings. I'm going to rip your face. Like, it's killing me to say this. It's just like saying, and I won't say who said it because I don't want to incriminate her, but it was amazing. Something about, oh God, I can't even remember, but she's like, praise Jesus in Jesus' name. Something like, we're going to kill him and we're going to destroy him, but praise in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. So we can do whatever we want as long as we say in Jesus' name, right? Before I forget this one, I also kind of find it kind of ironic that, that guy on BEN, there have been Antifa and Black Lives Matter protests everywhere. Last time I checked, I don't know, they're not contributing to anything. It's the conservative side of things that are doing it. And I wonder if Alec and everybody else, the far leftists, hey, Mike, what's up, brother? I wonder if they would have had the opinion if it was a Black Lives Matter rally. Like, maybe we need to start, guys, on his feed, on that feed for Alec Baldwin, it is, oh God, we got to do this. Oh God, what is going on? We on this feed, oh, now it's all big. That sucks. I think I saved it big. Oh, nope, I got it. It's Alec, ALEC, and then INSTA. So it's Alec Baldwin Insta. Oh, it's got to be his Instagram. Okay. So it's got to be his Instagram. It's Stefan Mihailu, guys. Guys, I got a whole new respect for Stefan Mihailu, and I'm going to get in that for a second. But that is Alec Baldwin's Instagram. So take a moment to write Alec and ask him why he's such a racist. Because after all, last night was a Black Lives Matter protest, or on Friday night it was a Black Lives Matter protest, right? So ask Alec why he doesn't support Black Lives Matter, and ask him why he's such a racist. Oh, yeah, definitely, guys, fill his Instagram. But, guys, this is going to be one of those things. We are going to be ferocious. Our appetite is just going to be voracious. We're going to be tenacious. When these media outlets come out and they try to say anything, when anybody in government agency, we're going to have so many people out there just hammering them with emails, with phone calls, on their Instagram. If they want to if they're calling bullshit, we're throwing the red flag and calling bullshit, or if they want to say bullshit, we're going to call it out. We're throwing a bullshit flag. And we will hammer them and hammer them and hammer them. Here's the facts. Here's the facts. Here's the facts. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Stefan Mihailu, guys, I've got a whole, if you guys haven't followed Stefan, you need to follow Stefan. Stefan, I, I had a little bit of a difference with, I didn't know Stefan at all, I didn't. But, this is one of the things with publicity and bad publicity, people like, pulling cars and anybody else that was trying to trash Stefan. And I don't know if Stefan's a good guy or not. I don't. All I can base it upon is what my interactions are with Stefan. Stefan is a friggin' warrior. Stefan is a freedom fighter like you wouldn't believe. Stefan deserves every single bit of support that all of us have to give him. Stefan won his election in an entirely blue county when we didn't have all of us fighting the way that we did. He accomplished that. And what Stefan did then for all the small businesses, after Mark Poloncarz said the 10-minute thing, he sent every business out that he could a letter that said, don't pay your fine, and if you did, we're going to get you a refund. And we're going to get all the citations removed. Stefan is out there. Stefan is saying, I'm done. He goes, I am done. He goes, this nonsense is nonsense. It's all lies. He goes, you wanted to reserve judgment. You kind of wanted to hold back. You heard all the wacky things about, what they were doing and what the motivations were, what the reasons are. And I'm not even going to get into that stuff. But Stefan, he's the one who posted this. And he goes, looks like Alec Baldwin commented on the beginning of the lockdown resistance in Orchard Park. Keep sharing the video. Health inspectors tried shutting down a meeting of fed up business owners. They were kicked off private property. Enough. Let's all resist the lockdowns. And Stefan is right. I've got the whole plan developed, guys. We'll be at Marie Rock's place tomorrow for a small business seminar again. We'll be out with Robbie tomorrow. I'm not going to give details about what's going on with that exactly, but if you guys want to, there is a protest tomorrow in Orchard Park at 5 p.m. All right? That's all I can give you. That's all I can give you. I'm not giving you any more details. That's all I can give you. That's it. I can't give you location. I can't give you anything other than that, what's happening. That is all I can give you. But if you can put that on your calendars, as soon as I get the green light that I can put that out to everybody, I'm going to. But Stefan's fighting. And in Marie Rock, we're going to do this seminar at her place, and we've got it all written out. Eric Jones is going to be there, exactly how to handle it, what to do with the health department, okay? How to sue them, how to get people together, how to mobilize and do everything that you can do. It's going to be great stuff. So today we had, the Watchmen were there, and, Jeff Capella. Jeff Capella is a guy that doesn't get enough credit. And if you guys are out there and you've ever seen Jeff, Jeff literally, and he knows it, like he plays into it big time. Jeff literally looks like that Russian agent, He's got, he just looks like this total badass that's walking through. And he's all by himself. He doesn't care if he's in a mob in a sea of Black Lives Matter and Antifa. He doesn't care. And his wife, Nargis, is absolutely beautiful. She's a brilliant woman, and she's got a great man in him. But Jeff Capella, he just, he's got his hand in his pocket, and he's got his little selfie stick or whatever the hell he's got, And he's always walking around, and and Jeff's kind of like this, and he knows exactly where to be. He knows where to be, like at all times. We were in D.C., and I have no idea how the guy is like in a million different places at once. He's got John Savino, and he's over here, and he's over everywhere we go. There's Jeff Capella. The dude's amazing. And every time it's just like Joe Probilski being there, and Melissa Heinrich and Sean today, and seeing Robbie come out, and having Frank and having, I won't say his name, but having Ralph there today was great. And then all the other faces, I got to see Serge for the first time in a long time. It was just great. Really, really great to see everybody. But Jeff is there, and using his camera. And the Watchmen, you guys know I'm no longer a part of the Watchmen. I was removed from the group. I'm not going to lie about, me leaving or anything else. I was removed from the group, and, leadership made a decision to remove me from that group. And it was a decision that they felt was best. There's no animosity. on my part, no angst. And I went over and in Watchmen, they want to kind of stay separate from me. They don't want me to be the identity and the face of Watchmen, which is great. I totally get it. I totally understand everything that's happening. It upsets me. It made me sad for sure, but I get it. So I didn't want to associate myself with them because they don't really want me to be associated, but I made sure I went over, shook everybody's hand, gave them a hug. You know me, I'm always going to give it. So what did somebody tell me? Was I Italian? They're like, why do you always do the Italian goodbye? You're like always saying goodbye to everybody because it's important, right? We all deserve to be acknowledged, and at the very least that we can do is say goodbye and say hi, right? Shake hands and, give a great smile and just a big hug. And even if it's just for that moment, right? It is awesome. Amber, he really is. I mean, Amber, great words. I couldn't have put it any better. Jeff is a patriot, man. And like I said, like with Greg Soika and Adam and Sean and Susan and just all the names of everybody, Beth and Jackie and Ben, and all of these people that are patriots, that are behind the scenes. And Jeff is one of those guys. He is just a great human being for sure. I kind of lost track there for a second. But, so I said hi to the Watchman. And I did that, and then I went through. I know it. Dave, Italian by biting finger. And Brian, hey Brian. And Brian's an amazing patriot too. Brian has been fighting hard for a long, long time. And he's been by himself. Hey Melissa, what's up, sweetheart? Hey Nate. And it is, you're right, Nate. And Brian is, again, he's one of these guys that floats and he's behind the scenes. And I had blessed to have met Brian. And Brian is somebody that you're, a lot like all of us, myself, people are going to overlook. You're going to take for granted, and Brian is one of those guys. But Brian is completely determined and focused, and he does what he does, and he has the best heart in the world. And that's like all of us are. So I made a point to go over to Watchmen today, and I wanted to thank everybody. And then I said a quick word. I said, guys, I know there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of conjecture going around. I just want to say, you guys saw, I gave Charlie a hug. Clearly, we're still friends. I said, there's decisions that got to be made, and I went into it. And everybody was happy, and they all gave me a round of applause, which felt amazing. Even though I'm not in the Watchmen, I'm still very much a part of the Watchmen, and will always be. I will contribute to them, and I will help them in every single way. There's no bitterness. There really isn't. I know, my brother. Sorry, buddy. I know you love your picky rings, buddy. And even seeing Dave. Dave is a big presence. Dave is a force. He's still a big man, strong man. We played football against each other. He owns a business. And, he's a hard worker. He's just true Buffalonian, and being out there. He picked me up where my voice was shot, after the megaphone cut out, both of them cut out. With the Watchmen, I will always be with them. I will support them until they are not worthy of support. Still, something happens that they're not worthy of support. But that's not the case right now. Watchmen are still a great organization. We separated. And, Antifa is out there, Pete Harding's no longer the face of the Watchmen and everything else. And, Charlie said it to me. And I was like, it's just the pettiness and the cattiness, right? And we don't subscribe to that. And as each one of us are around one another, that's why I say we're elevating each other. You guys have brought me up to want to be able to do everything that I do. I've always fought, right? No matter what, everybody knows me. I'm always going to fight, no matter what. I've got to try to fight against injustice, but you guys have given me an arena and an ability to be able to focus that fight. To use all the skills that I have to be able to maximize the effectiveness and the efficiency of what it is that I've got going on, to bring all of you guys together, because it is about all of us. It's only my role. My role is just to organize everything. That's it. My role is to recognize ability and to provide the opportunity to you guys to do that, but to stay committed to it, that you feel you've got to be accountable to me and the group, and that I feel and the group feels we have to be accountable to you. That's the brilliance of this. That's how it comes together. That's how it works. When you make sure you're not taking anybody for granted, when you make sure they matter, when you make sure you said hi to them, in each one of your groups, you don't have to message 200 or 300 people. You really don't. But those small groups that you have, don't let that bitterness set in. Don't do it. So I got there early, and then you guys saw they had Forest Lawn closed up, whatever. We were able to park behind Hutch's. There were a ton of parking spots there. People parked up on Chapin Parkway and in other spots. They came walking down and they had their signs. And again, today I'm going to create now that I know it's Liberty League that we're creating. We're going to design cards, and we're going to have all that information on there. And I will have my phone number on there. I will have all the websites where we're at, and the different things that we're doing. This is not undermining FreeNewYorkState.com. FreeNewYorkState.com, guys, is a central source of material for people to get online. That's what that is. And then, like today, what we would do is we would upload all the video to it, and it'll be a housing station for that. We need people to help, guys. So if you have any acumen at all administrating a website and to be able to build that, it's already built. We just have to get the tools put in place so that the material is out there, and we're already collecting all that information. Like, I collected all the websites and the links yesterday about all of Kim collected all of the sites and the links for all the posts that were about what happened on Friday. Then today, all the posts and the links, because what we're trying to do is catalog that stuff, have a library that people can go to that and look at it. We need that. So that's what FreeNewYorkState.com. Constitutional Coalition, they do what they do because they're supporting candidates, and they're a PAC. So they get to raise money and then apply money towards elections. And they try to keep everything organized the best that we can. Absolutely, Amanda. You know it does. So Liberty League is underneath that. It is an umbrella of everything that needs to be accomplished, but that is where I'm going to be directing everybody so that, but Rolling Patriots as well, Marching Patriots, all that stuff. Marching Patriots, that is a team building thing. And it's a marching, and they're not politically active in the sense that they're trying to get anybody elected. It's just that they're out there trying to build patriotism, that sense of pride in our country. They're trying to do that. Rolling Patriots, that's what they do. They go out to support local businesses. We did Exquisite Eats. We did that. They do it brilliantly. Like, it is so effortless. Guys, if you haven't been to a Rolling Patriots event, and this is the other thing, like, I'm so grateful for that whole group, and Kristen and John and Scott and Carolyn and Nick and Nate and other Nick and, just all the faces that are there. Like, Scott literally goes to me this morning. He sends me a message and he goes, Pete, he goes, we know you're super busy. We can't tell you how much we appreciated you coming out. I mean, that's just, it makes you literally, like, you just, like right now, it's all the tingles, and just, you guys know how that feels. It's an amazing feeling to be connected with family the way that we are. And I just told them, I said, I wouldn't miss it, man. Like, I don't care what's going on. Like, if I can be there, I am going to be there. And every single one of them, they've got coffee set up, and I don't even drink coffee, but there's there, and I want to drink coffee, and they get donuts, and Jackie and Mark came back with donuts. They're always coming back with donuts, and it's just beautiful. It's an amazing. So if you guys haven't ever been to a Rolling Patriots event, I strongly suggest you guys do that. Join Rolling Patriots on Facebook. Marching Patriots are on MeWe. Equally inspirational. Going to a Marching Patriots event. Absolutely incredible. So, Scotty makes you feel so good. and John too. Like I'm so blessed for those guys and everybody that was rolling today. Thank you for everybody. They were rolling in their cars. And guys, in the city of Buffalo, we were picking up people in the rolling parade. And you would not believe how many people were beeping their horns and praising us. They need that in the city, guys, just as much as they need it in the suburbs. Don't believe for a second that it is all liberal leftists out there. Even the liberals, even the Democrats support what we're doing. They still want the country. They don't want it communistic. The only people that are interested in this are the elites, Whoa, we feel like, I love it. Oh, and while I'm on it, guys, and Scott, I'm so glad you're here. It's just when you guys see the line of vehicles, and they got it down now. Like, they got their act together. Like, they really have their act together. And I was like, damn, man, these boys got it down. Like, they got one guy parking here, and the Jeep crew, Lisa, what's up, sweetheart? They got it down. Like, they are really, really, really. Oh yeah, that's right. The other rally page, it's Rally WNY or Rally Together USA. And you guys, it's all one page, but it's both names. We're going to change it back to Rally WNY in I don't know how many days, probably 22 days when we finally can. But on those two pages, and then Rolling Patriots, which they do a great job with, that information is there. But when you see these, so first, it's just so effortless. Like, it's just so chill at a Rolling Patriots event. You got all of these trucks out there, and it's just Scott doing his thing, and Carolyn's there, and you got John over there, Kristen, and everybody else that's there, and everybody's just chill. Like, it's a good time. And they're like, we got this. It's no big deal. They pull in a parking lot, and all the people that are going by, they see that, hey, Scott, two things that I would suggest, just suggestions, for you to consider. If you have people beforehand that want to put flags stand out by the street, that was Derek. Derek did that yesterday. I thought that was a good move. The other thing is if parking the vehicles as close to the street as possible, so as many people can see it, just to maximize the effectiveness. Just thoughts that I had. I'm sure you guys have had those thoughts too, but just throwing it out there. So it's just super easy. They're super chill. And everybody is just relaxed and just mingling. And it's just hey, Cody, just a world-class group of people. And then they got it down. Like, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? I was like, they block traffic here. They scoot up when they cross, it was masterful. And I was like, whoa. Like, I got to come to more of these because, of course, I've been to D.C. and there's been a lot of other things going on. And it was great. But when you go up the hill and you see all those beautiful trucks with all those flags in the back, and then when they make a turn, it's just so pretty. Like, it's just, it's just the thing of beauty. It really is. And you watch them roll in and they're going, and you're watching the flags, and then you see, and it doesn't matter. The people that are out there with their fingers, which they're going to be, we don't even acknowledge them. Like, literally, it's like, you blank out, you don't even pay attention to them. But it's the kids. There were kids on their driveways, out in their driveways, and they're the parents out there, just fists up. And what Scott and that group and what Mike and Desiree do with their group, there's not a lot of areas that are doing that, guys. Oh, Lisa, great point. I'm going to get to that. There's just not a lot of people that do that. And that work has been going on for months and months and months. Oh, was it? Okay, never mind that. Scott, all right. So Scott had a plant there, but still, it was beautiful, You see all of these people that are out there that have never, they don't see that. And, sometimes we get used to it. Maybe, I never take it for granted. Like, you guys see me every single rally. I'm just as exuberant as I am at every other one. But a lot of people, it's the first time that they've been a part of that. Hey, Laura, I'm almost say good morning. And it just touches them in a way that is profound. And Marching Patriots and Rolling Patriots, I can't thank you guys enough for what you're doing, because every single person that sees that, it gives them hope, it gives them inspiration. I do want to mention that Lisa Renee mentioned the BPD. They did a great job today. I applaud them. I got to see a couple of the officers that are very supportive of us, that they have been supportive of us at every rally. They've been great. You really communicated with me. We assured them everything else. I communicated it with them, and they were amazing. So we did a Back to Blue, and I know that there was a post. Somebody posted something. Somebody prominent posted something. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not that person. But they posted that we're no longer supporting the police because of what happened on Friday. And that's not the case. Like, in a second, guys, I would talk to Poloncarz. If Poloncarz would stop, Poloncarz is not a nice person at this point. I actually don't know if he's a nice person or not. What he's doing is not nice. It's not good. He doesn't care. It's completely careless and reckless. And he's not paying any regard whatsoever to anyone, people, real people. Like, he's not able to connect with people that way. He's not able to empathize or have that compassion. Like, he's truly disconnected. But if Mark Poloncarz, in a minute, hey Brian, what's up, brother? If Mark Poloncarz, well, so Mark Poloncarz hasn't lived in that house in 10 years, that's fine. He's still, we'll get to that in a second. So if Mark Poloncarz changed his ways, we would embrace him. We would absolutely embrace him. But he's incapable of doing that because he's all about Mark. That's all he's about. Just like Cuomo is all about Cuomo. Cuomo has done too many bad things at this point. Hey, Heidi, what's up, sweetheart? Hey, Chad, what's up, brother? I mean, he has done too many bad things to embrace him. He's a criminal at this point. In my opinion, Poland crazy, he is a criminal as well, what he's done. And so is Bernstein, and they need to go to jail. But they can still correct their ways and what they've done. But somebody posted something about law enforcement, that we're no longer supporting law enforcement. I do not advocate that at all. Not even remotely. Those officers, those sheriffs, they may not even been a reflection of the sheriff's department. That you saw them dressed in street clothes. They may have been there of their own volition, of their own accord. And we have, Tim Howard said that he didn't know. Russ Thompson spoke to Tim Howard, and Russ knows Tim Howard very well, and Russ believes that Tim didn't know that those officers were going there. So that means we have renegade agents that we pay for going out there attacking people. Absolutely, Scott. I say if Mark said, I say challenge accepted, Mark. Challenge accepted. Do you know the group that we're talking about? We will find you, Mark. We'll find you. So I say challenge accepted. And Mark said, go. Everybody go. Go find Mark's new address, guys. It's not going to take us long. So I'm putting bets on 13 minutes that we get Mark's address. So, God, what was I talking about? Oh, law enforcement. I do not advocate at all in any way not supporting our law enforcement. I don't. Those agents, they acted on their own. Orchard Park has a ton of bad officers. Hamburg has a ton of bad officers. State troopers have a ton of bad troopers. They have some very, very, very bad people within their ranks, guys. They have very, very bad people in their ranks. And these members of law enforcement know that. Buffalo PD was entirely accommodating, completely gracious, and they were it was wonderful working with them. And every single time we have gone into the city, this supposed liberal stronghold. And don't believe that, guys. It's not. They want us to believe that because they want to silence the conservatives. They want to silence your voice, and that's a means by which they try to achieve that. Hey, Barb, what's up, hon? Every time we have been in the city, those officers, the chiefs, the lieutenants, the sergeants, the patrolmen, They have been nothing but utterly accommodating and so supportive and doing everything that they can. They're peaceful. They stop traffic. They assured our safety. You know, they said, hey guys, if you could just do this and keep it moving, absolutely. And we want to accommodate that. We want to make their lives just as easy as they're making ours. So I applaud Buffalo Police Department. I applaud every officer that was there, every lieutenant I work with. That guy is amazing. And you know what? He can be a hard ass. He's a little bit stiff, but he's a great guy. He really is. And I think he knows what we're about and what we stand for. And that's why they don't give us a hard time. And Nick, oh my God. And Dave Farinacci and Nick, it's like, I know some about Buffalo police officers, and I don't know why they know so many Buffalo police officers. We know why. We all know why they know so many police officers. And Nick is like, hey, Dan, hey, Mark, hey, Sean, every officer. Nick's brain, I mean, the dude's brain is amazing. It's just like what he remembers and how he presents it and how he does it is beautiful. So I applaud Buffalo PD, but law enforcement, I will never condone or advocate going against law enforcement because that's not the case. There are so many great officers in these departments that are working for us and understand what they're supposed to do. And they act as if, and they treat their role with so much respect. So I'm going to continue to back the blue. And every time we go down into the city, those guys don't get to hear that much, right? That's why they hate Poland Crazy. They hate him because he doesn't back them. He doesn't support them. Byron Brown certainly isn't supporting them. John Flynn isn't supporting them. They're going against them and arresting them. These guys need the support. They're thirsty for the support. You have the leftists who are out there just coming down on them all the time, and the criminals that are out there making their jobs difficult. If we can help make their day, make them smile, make them encouraged, make them feel a little bit better, how far do you think that goes? Like, how far do you think that goes? Thank you, Chad. So, you know, Chad's saying right there, police, they don't want to do it. They hate to do it. They're not gonna do it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Chad. That means the world. They just have to make an appearance. They're forced to make an appearance because these leftist mayors, these leftist supervisors, these leftist chiefs that they have, they force them to go out and do it. And they're good people. How far do you think it goes? And even if that law enforcement officer is a complete and utter total douchebag and leftist, how far do you think it goes that, you know, every day he's got to deal with just the scourge, right? The worst of the worst. And then he sees us. Do you think that softens them just that little bit? Just that little bit. That is hilarious, Dave. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm pretty sure there's not a law enforcement officer in Erie County in any department that doesn't know Nick. I love it. Man, hang that high. Man, hang that high. So how do you think that makes them feel? That we treat them with respect and that we're fist bumping them and acknowledging them and saying thank you and back the blue. It's certainly not bad. It's definitely not going to be bad. You know, and maybe that person remembers that thing that the next time they go out on a call, and then they don't feel like they've been dealing with just the bottom of the barrel of humanity. So that's the way I'm going to continue to approach it. We ended up, I was on the megaphone for the beginning, and it was great because it was echoing and everybody started to come out. People were running out, and it wasn't really snowing at that point. So it was great. And I was on the megaphone, and I'm not even going to get into everything that I was yelling through it, but you guys kind of get a sense. And just calling out Mark, calling him out. And it doesn't matter that he doesn't live there. Mark. Man, Mark, go look at your sign to remind yourself you're a man. All right? Go stare at that for like the next And then, you know, put some pictures of maybe like, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and, you know, Devin Larratt over here, you know, maybe Sylvester Stallone in the background, just to remind you, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't, maybe you're into that. Maybe that's going to go down a whole bad road. I don't know, maybe somebody that's not going to turn you on that much, right? But remind yourself that you're a man, Mark. Go look at the sign. I'm a man. It's okay. You are a man. I'm sure you have that genitalia. I know that the left and, you know, the sensitivity training and the indoctrination and the brainwashing programs that are out there, I'm sure they're making you question that, but I think you're still a man. I think we hired a man. Hey, Bryant, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Carolyn, what's up, honey? I'm so glad you had fun. It was so great to see you, sweetheart. You know, but Mark he's so short-sighted. He doesn't even realize how much he contributed to what we did today. He called it out on every media outlet. And not only that, you think for a second any of those news media outlets would have showed up today? Do you think any of them would have showed up today if Mark didn't say anything? Nope, they wouldn't have. They would have all been clueless of what had happened on Friday. They would have all been clueless, completely clueless. They wouldn't have come down. And a lot of these people have been in a lot of the different events that we've had, but they don't come to most of them. But they came to this one. They came to this one because you, Mark. Thank you, bro. So it doesn't matter that it's not your house, Mark, but that's how short-sighted he is. That wasn't even my house. Dave, thank you, brother. It was a great day. Super great day. And, you know, Mark, he just doesn't get it. So we were on the corner of Delaware, and the Rolling Patriots got going. And it was just absolutely beautiful, you know? And I love it, Chad. Thank you, brother. I know I've got your back, and I love you having my back and our back. Thank you. I can't wait to be more involved together with what you got going on. So the Rolling Patriots get going, and that's just so uplifting, and it really gets you going. And everybody's running over, and everybody wants to start chanting. So, you know, I stop talking and I start getting the chants going, and everybody is into it. And then people are gathering, and they're coming, and they're figuring out where to park, and they're doing that. And I'm going to say, I don't know for sure. A Watchman aside, I don't know how many people they have. They had a pretty good turnout. I want to say maybe they had 40 people, or maybe 40 Watchmen, which is a great turnout. Awesome. Great job. And thank you for the Watchmen to be there, you know. I really appreciate the fact that the Watchmen were there to support us. Well, they weren't there to support us. They were there to observe, so that's okay. A little difference in opinion on my part there, but I'm no longer part of that group. Maybe we'll be able to change that up, whatever. But they had about 40 people, and we probably had, I would say, about not quite 100, but I think we probably had 70 to 80 people walking. And then we had another, like, probably 36 cars and trucks, just with the, you know, the sound, everything, and hey, John, and the blowhorns. It was great. And people on the corner of Delaware and Delavan, where we were told we needed to be careful, all kinds of people beeping in support. All of them beeping in support. Not all of them. There were a lot of people that were out of their minds, and we just don't even acknowledge them. Or we say we love you, right? God bless America. And we do that. We try to welcome them in and bring them in, and a couple of the people we were able to do that. You know, if you can, you know, close that divide, it's an amazing thing. And we marched down to one of Mark's houses. I'm not going to dox him, but we marched down to one of his houses on Delaware, and we stood in front of that. And one of the best things, Dave came up with it. He was like, hey, hey. And it just felt like a Bill's Sunday out there. Snow was coming down, and it started coming down a little bit harder, a little bit harder, a little bit harder. And we were doing all of our chants, and there were some really, really great chants. But the hey, hey, that was funny. You know, open up Buffalo. It was great. And, you know, we should have finished it with pulling cars, gotta go. Hey, hey, open up Buffalo. Hey, pulling cars, gotta go. We're going to do that next time. We're totally doing that next time. I'll write that down. And it was great. It all came together wonderfully. I believe we probably would have had triple the numbers of all the responses that I was getting. I had, 12 different people write me that said, "Hey, Pete, sorry I couldn't make it," and it was, the weather was inclement, and it was snowing, you weren't sure if it was going to rain, and all those different things. So I don't blame anybody for not coming. But guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for supporting the movement, Reopen New York, and supporting all of these restaurant owners and these small business owners. It doesn't make any sense that you can have the Galleria Mall open on Black Friday. And it's great. That's great that the mall is open. Well, then everything should be open. How is it that Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart, and they can all be open and there's no risk, but there's more of a risk at a restaurant? It's insane. And when you ask yourself why, the only reason why, guys, is they want to destroy those small businesses. There can be no other justification. And with what we're doing with the small businesses, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to assemble all those names. Dave Farinacci is working on that. He's assembling all the names of these restaurants that we have. I love it, Chad. Yes, I can't wait. We're building this, guys. More and more, one day at a time. And Jeanette, what's up? So they want to shut down small businesses. There's no other reason. You cannot have any other justification. And no matter how many different ways you want to be nice about it and say that's conspiracy theory, what else can it possibly be? Tell me, Mark. Tell me. How is a restaurant with 50 people or a gym that is at half the capacity or what they're allowed to be at operating supposed to be shut down? How? Why? Tell me. Explain it to me. The doctor that was on WBEN saying that the conservatives, explain it to me. I mean, they seriously think we are that dumb. They seriously think we're that stupid, that we can't put it together. And Mark, just so you know, little FYI, we got you. You were preoccupied with us for 4 days. And guess what, Mark? We're coming. If we find out where and how dumb is that? How dumb is Mark pulling cars? Okay? So we think he lives at the address on Delaware, right? We think that he lives on another address in the city, on Fordham. We think that those are addresses, and then Mark Pulling Cars comes out and says, that's not even a house. I owned that house 10 years ago. Oh, well, thanks for telling us, because now we get to go look for you. Now we're going to find you. You're right. We did think you lived there. We didn't think you lived anywhere else. But those were the addresses that people told us we lived at. Now we're going to go find you. Man, Mark, oh my God. How is it possible that you are in the position that you're in? Seriously, it's laughable and it's comic relief, right? But how is somebody that is that inept and derelict? How is somebody that level of intellect in that position making decisions for all of us? How is that possible? What's the term? Dereliction of duty, or he can't handle his office anymore? If he is coming after us and talking about us, Mark, why aren't you doing your job? Why would you worry about protesters? Seriously? That's the biggest concern you have, are protesters. That you need to acknowledge it and spend time on the air addressing protesters. You don't have anything else to worry about, right, Mark? There's no other issues going on in our county. Right, Mark? No other issues at all. Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Chad. That's exactly why. And it's up to us to organize and come together and make the changes that we need to. It's a beautiful moment today, guys. Everybody marching, and you could kind of see the blowhorn went out, and I wanted to be able to be talking at the house and in the neighborhood. We really wanted to go through the neighborhood, but the snow. Sometimes I think that the liberals, they do have Mom Nature on their side sometimes. Trump Boat Parade would have been 4 times the people, and this event would have been 3 or 4 times as big. And my mega horn would have worked instead of trying to use my voice and that be shot. So, oh, and by the way, somebody put together a couple of different memes today, and they said, it's always better, if you're going to storm the castle and take over government, to have somebody that sounds like Hulk Hogan. I was laughing at that. That was hilarious. And then Lisa, it was so funny because I am a real man. You know it. You're going to keep singing, I should play that on here, right? I don't know the rest of the words, but that cheesy 80s song when Hulk Hogan would come out is just awesome. We're going to force you guys to listen to that one of these days. Somebody put that, and then Antifa, they do come up with some good, I got to tell you, they come up with some good memes. Hey, Jim, what's up, brother? They come up with some good memes. They had me, and it was, oh God, Scooby-Doo, Daphne and Velma, and I can't even think of the guy, the guy in the white shirt, whatever his name is. Shaggy and Scooby I could think of, but I can't think of the guy's name. I'm sure Mark knows the guy's name. He probably dressed up as him when he was a kid. Oh, I know you did, right? I know you did, Mark. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sure Mark dressed up as Velma. Oh yeah, I'm sure Mark. I'm sure there's got to be a picture of Mark dressed up as Velma somewhere, and they've got me, or they've got the crook, right, all bound up, and then it's got MAGA on the shirt, and then it's got them pulling the hood off, and it was a pretty good picture of me. I'm like, man, there's not many good pictures, but they found a pretty flattering picture. I don't look so bad. Like I don't look so bad in that picture. I was like, man, which picture was that actually? So it was pretty funny. And they come up with some good stuff. I got to give it to Antifa Lopes. You guys are creative, but that's that Buffalo gene pool, right? We've got a very creative gene pool here. Oh, yeah, exactly. There you go. Great point, Jim. There he goes. Mark, what does Mark do exactly? Our highways aren't fixed. We've elderly care facilities. What does Mark do exactly? Except worry about protesters. But now we know that that's not your house, Mark. So we can figure out where your real house is. Great day, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. And, you just see everybody's faces and how happy they are to be out there and how excited and just, vivacious, I love seeing those faces, the smiles on people's faces, that exuberance, that elation, to feel like I belong to something. But the worst thing is when we leave and people don't know what's going on. Like, what are we going to do next? What are the answers? Like, we had a great weekend. We want to fight on Friday. We want to battle. We had this today. We were able to do this. We had Rolling Patriots yesterday. And people are like, I love this feeling. Like, why can't I have this feeling all the time? Why can't I go to work? Why can't I spend time with my family? Why can't I be with my friends and have this feeling all the time? And we all deserve to have that feeling all the time. We should not be walking away from something like that with questioning eyes, or eyes that are a little bit desperate, right? A little bit there in despite and despair. Absolutely, Chad. We are not going to stop fighting, Time for a new one, Scott. And get the really loud one. Get the really loud one. That's why you got that big contract, brother, to pay for the new big horn. And you should make it a contest. Who can get the biggest horn on the truck? Oh, that is going to be so awesome. That is hilarious that you burned it out. But that's what we do, guys. We come together as family. We're all together. And it sucks when people walk away. They are feeling motivated and inspired and encouraged when they walk away. There's no doubt about that, like they are, but there's still that sense of doubt. And you can see it in people's faces. You could see the excitement of everything that's happening and just wondering what's going to happen next. And, and it's sadness that it's over too. Like today, everybody was just getting wet, and you could tell, like, we would have everybody there in that group probably would have stayed till 1 o'clock. And it was like everybody was like, oh man, am I a good patriot? Am I a good warrior if I call it in after only like an hour or an hour and a half? Like, that was some of the looks on people's faces. Like, they came out on a Sunday morning, their morning on a Sunday, instead of going and staying at home and sitting in front of whatever show, Netflix you're going to watch, instead of doing that, they came out at 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m. on a Sunday to fight for the small businesses, to fight for the restaurants and the bars. Think Mark did that? Well, Mark was out there laughing at us again, right? Because that's what Mark does. Mark is a puke of a human being, completely disrespectful. He's not going to even try to come out and talk to us. Like, that would be the honorable thing to do. In the position that he has. He's hired by the people, but he doesn't see it that way. He sees it that we are his servants. That's the way he sees it. That's why he acts and responds the way that he does. He thinks that he's only accountable to his constituents, the far left, those 5%ers that are at all of his birthday parties, that are golfing with him, that are at his dinners and his fundraisers. Those are the only people he gives a damn about. And Chad's right. And like I said earlier, nobody supports the guy because they all know that he's about himself. But you would think Mark would sack up and do the respectful thing. The human thing. We're all your constituents. We're all in your county. Why wouldn't you sit down and have a conversation with us? Why wouldn't you want to listen to the research and the science, Mark? Why wouldn't you want us to show you examples of how we could improve Erie County? How we can improve each business? Oh, because you're better than us. You're an elitist. That's what you are. You're an elitist. To me, it makes sense that you would want to come out and talk to somebody, but instead, you respond with ridicule. And you always got these things, you think they're these really, witty quips that you have coming out. And it just shows how weak a person you are. How you reek of desperation. The cowardice that's in you. You don't talk to people because you're afraid. You're terrified of doing that. And you're a criminal. You've killed our elderly. You've tore our kids out of school. Our poverty, our people that are lower income in poverty are languishing. Those waitresses, those people that count on those jobs that live week to week, what are their answers? They don't even know where they're going to go for unemployment. They have no idea. These people have no idea where they're going to go for unemployment. And what is a business owner supposed to do? So guys, this fight can't stop. Like, today was awesome, but it has to be bigger. You cannot stop wanting to fight. Monday in Orchard Park tomorrow, 5 p.m. Plan on it. All right? As soon as I get the word that I can post it, I will post it, and that you can have it. And then you come out there. And then we're going to do other things as well. We're going to do other things as well, because we can't stop this, guys. We all have to fight. And with everybody that we've got working so hard and that we're building and I'm assembling with this team, guys, if you've got admin skills in any capacity, whether it was in the, hey, Garnett, what's up, brother? If in the military, in your job, if you have administrative skills in any way, please reach out to me. I need people as a part of that team that I can start getting all of this stuff put together in ways that it needs to be, so that we can start networking out. Rather than thousands and thousands of people, we need to be networked out with tens of thousands of people in this county, so that we can quickly mobilize anybody in an instant. And you say that, well, there's not tens of thousands. Guys, there's hundreds of thousands of people. The number of people that we see all the time that come up to us, what is this rally? I didn't know about it. This is amazing. The number of people that responded to me about that video on Friday, believe it. There are hundreds of thousands of us in this county, and I need that help because we need every one of these rallies to be even bigger. We need this next week to be very big, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that are coming up this week. But I want to thank you all again for tuning in and listening. It was a great day. It really was. And we rolled through, we rolled through on Fordham afterwards, and all the people coming out, all the lefties. Why are you here? He doesn't live there. That's his ex-wife's house, Okay, I'm sure. We don't know if it is or not, but, Mark apparently is telling us that he's revealed it to us that he doesn't occupy either one of those residences. So we'll figure it out. But we sure did preoccupy him. We sure did scare him. And he gave us a whole ton of promotion. So thank you again, Mark. We appreciate you. But guys, let's keep fighting. If you've got plans, anything that you know how to do, start writing it down. Any ideas, any suggestions? I'm talking about for rallies. I'm talking about elections, letter writing, media, PR, communications, protection, anything, legislatively, legally, anything that you guys have at all. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. I didn't know that. Very interesting piece of information there. Yeah, that sounds about right. There you go. Way to go, Mark. Classy. Top notch. All about yourself there, brother. Chad, very interesting. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for giving me that piece of information. For betting everybody on the other side, it's his ex-wife's house because he was banging a judge. No. Well, hey, got to give him credit for banging a judge, right? At least he went up that high to do that, right? Oh, God. Disgusting. I don't even want to think about that. So, anything that you can do, write it down, put it together, put it on paper, and then message me, guys. Message me here. And then this is how I operate with it. I have everybody message me in Messenger. If I don't get back to you right away, it's only because I've got so many things to get back to. Just be patient. And if I haven't gotten back to you, message me again. I tell everybody to do that. Message me again so that I see it and it'll be like, okay, I got to get back to this person. Don't ever write me off and get frustrated. Just be understanding and patient. If you want to text me in the morning and then you text me in the night, and if I don't get back to you again in the morning, just do that because I will get back to you. I promise you. But I wait until I'm sure that you want to do something. And then once you decide you want to do something, I put you in the Liberty League phone. And then I've got everything organized in there, and then we'll start working together. We have to approach this like it's a business. We have to. It has to be structured and organized and disciplined like a business in every capacity. And we have that intellectual equity. We have that skill set. The people in this community are incredible and what their achievements are. The things we can accomplish are going to be beautiful. Enjoy your night, guys. I'm going to Joe's house for a barbecue. He's making he's making hot dogs. He's making hot dogs, Joe Kanaski. And this is the level, guys, of this bond and this family to be a part of. And so many people that I talk to are like, man, this is really, really cool. There people are like, nobody's pushing religion. I'm like, no, nobody's pushing anything. We're just pushing togetherness. We're pushing community, compassion and empathy, strength, these bonds, laughter, happiness, joy. Joking with one another, not taking things seriously or one another seriously. That's all we advocate and promote. That's it. And once you become a part of it, it's just absolutely beautiful. So Joe, he knows it's been a busy week and it's been a busy weekend. And I don't mind. Like I told you guys, with the small businesses shutting down and people, patriots like Robbie and Scott, and everybody else, Chad, everybody that's out there, Dale, Dale that's helping me, Jackie and Mark and Frank, everybody that is helping and that wants to help and is ready to help. It doesn't matter to me. I'll put those 18 and 19-hour days in. I don't care. And Joe reached out to me and he said, hey, you want to come over? I was like, hell yeah. I come over. He's got this huge TV. This is my TV. You guys ready? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my. That's a big TV. I got it for a steal. It was like, I think $8 a month. It's so big. Look at how big it is. Look at how big it is. It's huge. That's literally my TV. I don't have a TV in the house. So we're going to do a movie. We kind of did a Fruity movie the last time, although it was kind of good. It was Point Break, the second one. And I was like, man, I shouldn't like this movie. Like, I'm not supposed to like this movie, but it's actually kind of good. So Joe's going to make us hot dogs. We've got a few people that are coming out, and I'm going to love seeing them. It's going to be a perfect end to an evening. I hope you guys are able to reflect on what happened this weekend and just kind of acknowledge yourselves and validate yourselves. This is very important to recognize your accomplishments and everything that you did this week, even if it was just getting out to a rally. Feel good about that. Feel good about the accomplishments. Feel amazing about what that video did and how many lives that touched. How many people sat there and watched that video and said, I'm doing something. I'm doing something. Those people in Buffalo, they got it together. I'm doing something. Countless number of people. How many people did it push in a direction to believe? Pretty special stuff. So you guys have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow morning. And get a good night. I'll have fun tonight, whatever you guys are going to do. I'll probably have 2 dinners. I'll have first dinner and then I'll have second dinner with hot dogs. So, but I love you guys very much. Seeing you guys today was incredible. I really appreciate the support for the small businesses and the restaurants in this community, in this town. They need it. Those workers need it. Like, don't stop thinking about them, guys. Whatever is going to happen, we need to make sure it's so easy to just stop regarding them, right? It's so easy when you have that paycheck and you have that house. It's so easy to be like, yeah, I did that, but now I'm good. We got to try to stay on top of this the best that we can, all of us. And we got to make sure that those people matter. Am I right? Thank you, Linda. Good night, guys. I love you very much. You guys mean the world to me. See you tomorrow.